mean, it's kind of surreal, but in some ways I'm kind of happy that, I made it this far. Um, when I first entered, like, my freshman year, I didn't really think that this
Some
stuff that's great. If you don't, you don't. It doesn't matter. You're gonna be gone in 4 years. But basically, it didn't really pan out like that. I went through my awkward phase. I remember freshman year, like, I wasn't really that visible. Like, I was there, but if you were to see me back then, you wouldn't notice me how you notice me now. Not to get cocky or anything, but I just wasn't a very interesting person. Like, I just fit in. I was part of the crowd. I was just there to be there, not trying to do my own thing, because that's really how it goes in life. You either stand out in a crowd or you swim with sardines and just be part of this never-ending cycle of people who essentially are just numbers, good for one thing and one thing only. Once their purpose has been accomplished, they're cast to the wayside. So 10th grade year came around and I was hanging around with better friends. Thankful I got a lot of those now. Particularly my best friends, Chris and Jerry, Patrick, Josh, Griffin, Hawthorne, Concept, Saren. I found people, who are like-minded. Well, people who I like related to, because they all had goals and aspirations. They all started off weird, but then they grew into their weirdness. They figured out, oh, this is who I am, this is what I want to be, this is what I want to accomplish, not, oh, this person is doing that and I want to follow in their footsteps and actually make something of themselves and not just be what other people wanted them to be. So I respected that. And then along the way, I had teachers who saw that potential in me. Since I was younger, I always had that ability, but I never knew what to do with it. Like, I was always head smart, but when it came to, like, social acceptance and social understanding, I was really, really fresh. I'll put it like that. Like, if you were to meet me, like, at an earlier point, forget high school, I was the type of kid, you called me a geek, you called me this and that, you called me the African booty scratcher. I would just shut down, because I didn't know how to respond to that, because I was just a very, 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 very awkward person. Like, I used to get picked on in elementary school by Austin Cross, a lot of people who I consider friends now, because that was just the norm back then. Like, I just took it because, yeah, and then I just tried to fit in. That's when I stopped focusing on school. My grades started dropping. I became very disrespectful. I was just trying to make it, like, fit in socially without trying to really focus on what I wanted to achieve, because if it wasn't for that, I think I'd be a totally different person. I don't think I'd be as alive as I am right now, because if I had stayed how I was and remained academically, like, progressive, I probably would have been, like, real book heavy, real this and that. But I'm thankful all those incidents occurred, because I just come to the realization that everything in this life happens for a reason. I've had a lot of inspirational teachers, starting off with Dr. Ferris, from the first time I met her freshman year. I think that was applications to therapeutic sciences. She saw that potential in me and really instilled on me to focus and achieve something that I wanted to achieve, not what other people had set their expectations of me to be. Then I had teachers like Dr. Cherry, who saw my passion for telling stories, telling actual, like, truth. Like, I don't like people who just do something for the sake of it. That's how I was. I was a person who just did something for the sake of it because it was cool, it was hip, it was this and that. And even now, sometimes I look at myself and was like, honestly, I didn't feel that that's what I really felt deep inside. I was just trying to give the correct statement, but I mean, I think that's how everybody is. Like, they give a correct statement, but they don't really feel that what they're saying inside is really what they want to say. Because if people actually said what they wanted to say, a lot of people wouldn't listen. And I think that that's the problem with this generation in school now, and that's coming into South Cobb. So, like, that's why I really appreciate unique individuals, like, especially teachers. When you have that boldness, like, as I like to see it, like, when you have that fire inside you to, like, instill people to be better, do better, achieve, instead of meeting expectations, go above the expectations set for you. Because at the end of the day, those people who want you to do what they want you to do, they're not going to be there looking at you in the mirror at 2 a.m. in the morning, 6 a.m., whatever time that you're looking at yourself and being like, am I really proud of what I've accomplished, what I'm doing? Because they're not you. They can try to mold you, shape you, it doesn't matter. But the people who actually take time to give you something that creates sustenance in your life are those people who are trying to be there and better your life. So I'm just thinking, if it weren't for the people who I have around me today, the experience I've had at this school, first from being an awkward kid to becoming a slightly less awkward kid, to becoming a creep, to becoming an individual, I think everything would have turned out very differently. For the best or for the worst, I can't say, because that's not in my hands to control or to look back on, because I'm focused on the now, because all I have now is the now, because time is always passing. Right now, time is ticking and things are constantly evolving and changing. So I'm just happy that I'm able to live the life that I'm living, interact with people, talk about things that have no relevance, impact the people around me, because if it weren't for the people around me, if I didn't impact the people around me, I really wouldn't be making a difference, making an impact, leaving my mark on those people. And in part, if you impact somebody, that's a piece of you, I guess you could call it your legacy, that's being passed down. It might not even be a big major part, but it will be contributed to your legacy. I'm trying to build something that when I'm gone, people will remember me as innovative, unique, an individual. I just want something that I can leave behind and say that this was me, I did this, I was unique, I had fun, and I wanted to be creative. So, in short, what I will say to the class of 2015, 2016, 17, 18, focus on your grades. They are important. I mean, there are days where you want to slack off. Everybody has them. But at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, what do I want to accomplish? And if I get such and such grade, will it allow me to accomplish this, or will it lead me to the wayside? Definitely have fun. Just join a lot of clubs. Like, you never know who you're going to meet, because a lot of times, like, the biggest problem is that people are so, like, strict about their personal surroundings. They want to stay with the same type of people they've been with, when in actuality, if they went to another group of people, say this is one group and this is another, if they merged that group, they might find something new that they were missing, that they could have had, and it could actually, like, be a greater impact on those around them and actually, like, boost who they are as a person. So definitely get involved, make new friends, experience life. Shop. Go shopping, buy clothes, buy food, buy whatever you can, because right now is the time to spend, because when you get older, you will have to work for it, and that will really suck. And lastly, just be an individual. I've been saying that a lot, just be who you are. Even if you don't know who you are, just be real with it. Be genuine, be sincere about how you're feeling, what you want to accomplish, how you want to do things, because if you just be synthetic with it and artificial, that's all you'll get from people is artificial responses, artificial substance, and artificial relationships. And once the artificialness dies down, that's all you'll be left with at the end of the day, because there is nobody who likes being artificial. It's something there that they're missing, that if they had that void filled, they'd be a completely different person. So I'm just trying to say, like, be yourself. So I think I've said everything I wanted to say. So thank you guys for letting me entertain you. My name's Emereje. I want to be a nurse. I want to minor in film. I want to make a lot of money. I want to have a good life. Live in a nice house. Grow old. Sip some lemonade. Make people laugh. And just be real. So, thank you guys for entertaining me for this year. I'm out.
Right now is right where you are. You don't need a vacation when there's nothing to escape from. Singing ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Let's all sing ha la 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 la, laying it down. Everything is sound. Let's sing to be happy, to feel things, to communicate and be heard. We sing out to protest and to project and to harmonize with birds. Whether it's your birthday or your dying day, it's a celebration to rejoice, to use your voice and give wings to any old choice. Whatever you're choosing right now is right where you are. You don't need a vacation when there's nothing to escape from. Set your vibration in undulation to the highest it can go. And trust me, hear me, if it makes you wanna sing, just sing it. Ha la 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 la, ha la 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 la. Let's all sing ha la 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 la, laying it down. Everything is sound. Ha la 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 la.